Talking to you today about boredom, depression, distress, eustress, potential, purpose, mission, breakdowns, and joy. A lot of concepts, a lot of maps to use. Remember, the map is not the territory. Okay, the territory is joy. The territory is positive states. It's always the territory when I'm giving you a strategy. Okay, so we're going to cover a lot of stuff we've been covering this year. And, you know, what it comes down to is I was talking to a buddy of mine who made a lot of money. And that career's ended. He's not interested in that. There's certain areas that are blocking him from making money. He's burnt out on that. He's looking for his mission. Okay, and he's feeling a bit lost, and that was no surprise to me. Okay, that's what happens when you don't have a mission. When you either don't have purpose, you've never had a mission, or you completed your mission, my friend did, and you don't have any more games attached to that. You can't level up. And so now he's lost purpose. Okay, now this guy's made a lot of money and he's bored. Within a week or two, he's bored. Again, no surprise, guys, okay? Money doesn't make you happy. Women don't make you happy. These are tools that can make you happy when you play them properly, all right? But when you don't have a purpose, doesn't matter how much money you have, you're going to get bored, all right? It's like beating a video game. When you beat the game and you're excited and then you're like, well, what do I do now? That game was awesome, right? You have no new next game, okay? You don't have a next game to play. Like that new game just came out. That was your world for a week or two. Now it's gone. You're like, oh, this sucks. What do I do now, right? Okay, that's what it feels like when you lose purpose. You lose purpose, you have all this free time, right? When you were working on your mission or whatever it was, you're like, oh man, I wish I had some more time for these hobbies. But then when you have all the free time in the world and you have all the time to do all those hobbies, you get bored of them, okay? You get bored of them because now it's out of moderation, all right? It's just like pizza, okay? Pizza's my favorite food. But if you eat pizza every day, eventually you're going to hate pizza. You're going to be, I can't even look at pizza anymore because it's too much. All right, it's too much. But when it's a treat once a week or something like that, you can love pizza forever. Okay, it's the same thing with your hobbies. Your hobbies were just out of reach and you wish you had more time for them because you were so busy with your mission. But then when you have all the time in the world for them, you're bored of them, okay? And it works that way with everything, with relationships. Familiarity breeds contempt. Okay, if there's not some kind of a barrier there, you get bored of whatever it is. Okay, you get bored of whatever it is when you can have it all the time and you can reach out and grab it all the time. It's a reality. Okay, so hobby was great after work when it was limited, when there was an external limiter, right? There was a limiter on that hobby and you're like, man, I wish I could get more time to cook or play guitar or whatever that thing was, or spend time with my girlfriend. When you can do all the time, you get bored of it, right? And eventually you're lost for long enough. You don't have a new mission. You just get bored. You're bored of everything, right? You're like, oh, okay, I can have sex during the day with girls, right? Awesome. It's awesome when you're at work and you get a day off or whatever, okay? When a corporate job is your mission, which I think is a bad mission, by the way. And you're like, man, I can have a girl over in the afternoon and hang out with her all day. And it's beautiful. I'll tell you what, though. I haven't had to work a job in 3 years. Last thing I want to do is spend an afternoon with a girl because I'm off mission. I'm off mission. And you get bored of that. Dude, you can have that. You can do that for a month. You're going to get bored of it. You're going to get bored of that. You're going to get bored of reading in the afternoon. You're whatever it is, okay? You're going to get bored. And boredom's the first stop on depression, all right? Boredom, if it continues to depression, okay? Boredom ends in depression, and it's depression is the flat line, okay? It's like you've been depressed. You've been pushed down, flattened out, right? Literally, like, think about what the word depressed means. Like, you've been depressed, you've been flattened out. Right? It's the same expression as boredom, right? Boredom leads to, leaning forward, tired, mouth breathing, you just have no energy for things, right? Like this, it's the same physical response. Boredom leads to depression. So in short, no mission equals no purpose equals inevitable boredom equals inevitable depression. Okay? If you're continuing along that line long enough, that's where it ends up. Okay? Total depression, though, is a step lower. Total depression is like where you can't get out of bed. That's where you're bored of everything. Okay? You're bored of everything, and to you, nothing matters. So now you're a nihilist. That's the lowest level of depression, is nihilism. You're totally bored of everything. You have no purpose. Not only that, you're bored of just thinking about things, and nothing matters, right? Think about nihilism. Think about people that are really depressed, that can't get out of bed. Nothing can pull them up because they have no interest in anything. All right? It's the logical continuation of boredom. No interest, lack of interest. Depression is lack of interest. If you had even one thing that you're interested in that you could do, you wouldn't be in total depression. Okay, let's say you had a girlfriend that you loved, and you're like, well, at least I can see my girlfriend every day, right? And in those 3 hours that you saw her, you weren't depressed. And during the day, you could look forward to seeing her, okay? So you didn't end up in total depression. You're in distress about a lot of things in your life, but you're not in total depression. If you have even one thing that you're interested in that pulls you out of boredom, one thing that actually matters to you, like that girlfriend, then you're not in total depression, okay? At least until she dumps you. Because that's what's going to happen when she's the only thing in your life, when she's the only thing in your life, she's going to dump you, okay? Because she's going to become so important to you that you're going to be putting so much emphasis on that relationship, and you're going to be putting pressure on her, and you're going to be putting her up on a pedestal, and that's going to turn her off, okay? Like with mathematical precision. If you ever heard the phrase, no one wants you when you're down and out, that is correct, okay? But reverse that, you get your mission, you get your multiple levels of self-esteem, you have everything rolling, then everyone wants you, okay? That's how life goes. Life doesn't give you things when you're down. It gives you things when you're up, and it gives you more things than you need. It gives you abundance when you're up. That's how it goes, man. Not fair, but that's how it goes. So, if even one thing matters, if you have that girlfriend, you're not depressed, but then say when she dumps you and you have nothing that you're interested in anymore, total depression. Okay, now you're in bed and you can't get out of bed. And, the people around you don't know what to do because you're saying nothing matters and everyone's worried about you. All right? So you need purpose, okay? I just took you to like the logical extent of like not having purpose.